How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Bringing you my second Wi-Fi battle of many to come. This one is against Justin. Justin, I don't know your full username or your YouTube channel, so let me know and I'll put it in the video description, but last night I was taking battles off of Twitter because that seems to be the best way to do it at the moment. And honestly, like, if you want to battle me, just, you know, send me a tweet. I normally look for battles around about sort of, I don't know, 7 PM GMT-ish, like sometime around the evening. But honestly, like, that's the best place to contact me, and I will try and do some streams, but it's not really convenient with the camera setup, so maybe. It'll be a lot easier when someone comes out with an emulator, but God knows how long that's going to be. So, I go to my Trevenant here on the Draglalgi, is that what it's called? And I get a Toxic, which is not great because that is meant to be sort of a, you know, longevity type Pokemon with Sub and Citrus Berry, that kind of thing, but I do predict the Chestnut because Chestnut is an excellent switch into Trevenant, so I'm gonna T-Wave this thing purely because, you know, I think Meowstic is naturally faster anyway, and normally these things are like defensive, but I figure it's gonna be worth it just for the occasional para hacks. He does have a Heal Bella or Aromatherapy, if that's even a word, in the form of this thing. By the way, Calm Mind. Love that animation, man. Go for a Calm Mind. This is a Prankster Meowstic. The male Meowstic, for anyone who hasn't used it before, gets Prankster. And the female one gets Competitive. The female one also gets a better, like, offensive moveset. But I figured, okay, I can at least give it Psyshock and Dark Pulse from, like, TMs. So they're kind of my offensive moves. And then with Prankster, T-Wave and Calm Mind, I can invest fully into HP, which gives it enough bulk to live most hits, like especially after a Calm Mind. I mean, if you see this, I go for a T-Wave on the Charizard Y? Is that the Y version? Yeah, because we got screwed over by Game Freak's logic there. We got the same typing one, which doesn't really look much different. And the X version got the really badass one. That one's pretty damn cool. But either one, whichever you use, they're both pretty powerful. Go for a Dark Pulse because I'm a dick and I want to go for a Para Flinch, but Psyshock wouldn't have taken it out anyway, so whatever. Gonna go into my Heliolisk, and I do not want to stay in because of, you know, dry skin and sun being up. So I'm just gonna go for the Volt Switch, honestly. It would probably take him out from there, and it's probably gonna force the switch, so I may as well. In comes Dragalge, and yeah, it must be Dragalge. I sort of looked at the name and thought, how do you even say that? But it does kind of look like algae in a way, so yeah, why not? Going to my Trevenant once again. I do not think he has anything to super effectively hit me. He has Venoshock by the looks of it, which is gonna hurt, but at least it's not super effective because I'm part Ghost, obviously. So, gonna go for the Phantom Force. The only reason I have this over Shadow Claw is because this is a, like, sub Citrus Berry set, which is meant to do a lot of stalling, like, just to get the Citrus Berry back. I mean, I guess I could have, like, I originally had Sub Curse, Shadow Force, Phantom Force, whatever you call it, plus Woodhammer. But then I figured, oh, that's not really good coverage, so I swapped out Curse for EQ. So really, I'm on the fence about what to have as that last move, but whatever, it's a fun Pokemon, I like it. Go into Talonflame because I figure he can't really hit me with anything. He's gonna go for Spikes or, I don't know, EQ or whatever it is that Chestnut does, but just gonna go straight for that Brave Bird because there's no reason not to. I mean, all he can really do is go to this thing, or I guess Dragalge would have taken it reasonably well, but Brave Bird, not gonna quite take it out, but obviously I can kill it next turn, which is absolutely brilliant. Big throw out the way. It was paralyzed, but still pretty damn powerful, and do not want it hanging around. Talonflame, yes! Doing the damage. Prankster Brave Birds. I say, yeah, I know someone pointed out in the last commentary, I keep saying Prankster. I don't know, apparently my mind has substituted the word Prankster for priority. I don't know. But go into my Trevenant here because I know that after Spikes, I'll be below sort of 50% HP, so I'll get my Citrus Berry back. That way I can hopefully take a Venoshock, but unfortunately it's just enough to bring me into poison killing range. But, you know, what can you do? EQ may or may not have killed it, depending on what investment this thing's got, but I can now go to Blastoise, just go for the Rapid Spin because those spikes are kind of getting on my nerves, so Blastoise and Florge is my defensive core in this one. I had Starmie in the last game, but I figured that 2 Psychic types wasn't the best of ideas if I was using Meowstic as well. So, go to Florge once again, because Goodra can do nothing to it unless it has Toxic. And even then I have Aromatherapy, so... Now Goodra is an absolute bitch to take down. That special defense is absolutely amazing. Very, very solid Pokemon. But I do make the double switch here thinking that he's probably going to go to the Delphox because it's still sort of hanging around. I thought about going for Surf here. See, I went to this thing thinking I can just kill it with Surf. But then I thought, actually, it's a fully evolved starter Pokemon, so it probably has reasonable bulk. So I'm going to play it safe, go for the Volt Switch, and then I can come back in and then go for a Surf. So I go to Blastoise. It's not especially defensive, but I can actually take a Fire Blast and a Grass Knot, which is excellent. I can now kill it with a Torrent Boosted Scald. I think I'm in Torrent range. Let me look at the HP. Yeah, roundabouts. So back comes the Dragalge. I can just go for a couple of Ice Beams. This bit's sped up because it's basically me being Toxic Stalled to death. I don't know why he randomly kept switching here to like Goodra and Dragalge, and then he goes to Chestnut next turn or something, but I think either way, I had an Ice Beam for all of them, but it wasn't really doing much, so it was like, bit of extra chip damage, make it easier for Talonflame, I guess. So Chestnut comes in, this thing's pretty much useless to him at this point anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Blastoise is going to go down this turn, but I do still have my Heliolisk and my Talonflame, I think all is what I have left. But that is absolutely fine. Oh no, I do have this as well. Little old Florge there hanging in. Because he's paralyzed, I can easily outspeed, go for that super effective Moonblast, which is an absolutely gorgeous animation, you gotta love that. Now this thing comes in. Unfortunately, being part poison, I can't really do much with Moonblast, and of course he's gonna be able to super effectively Venoshock me. Not ideal, gotta say. But now I can go into Talonflame and just go straight for a Brave Bird. Probably not going to kill from that range. I assume Dragalge has decent base defense. And this Talonflame, I think it doesn't... I don't know what item I'm going to actually give it. It's probably going to be like Flying Gem, Acrobatics, just for extra longevity, but at the time I think it was Charcoal or something weird like that, but basically I'm short on leftovers and other decent items. I have a Choice Scarf, I have 1 leftovers and a Citrus Berry. The rest is just kind of, oh, let's see what I've got in my inventory. You know, a random, like... I think my Meowstic had an item that reduced the damage from bug attacks or something weird like that. Like some weird, obscure berry type, but... Whatever. Dragalge is pretty low. I can now go to my Florge. I thought he would outspeed, but to my very pleasant surprise, this thing's faster, so I can go for a Moonblast. Crit may or may not have mattered. Don't know, but I could have taken a Venoshock either way. And that will be that. Set 2. The match is complete. Very close. I think I only had my Florge and Heliolisk, but Heliolisk would have done nothing to either of those, so... Hope you all enjoyed. And like I said, feel free to challenge me on Twitter. And with that being said, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.